All right, let's see. Our next question is from Luiza on falling off the wagon. She says, I got your masterclass and it was paramount for the achievement of the keto sunset. 8 weeks in, 15 pounds down, and I feel amazing. However, I'm quite a foodie and will be heading to Paris for 10 days in June to vacation with my brother and dad. I will be staying at a hotel and definitely don't want to miss out on real French croissants or pastries. I also am from Brazil, and while I can tell the benefits of keto long term, I would not be able to go visit and skip out on eating fruit, which is most of my diet while I'm down there. So my question, should I still try my best to keep up with the calories and macro count while traveling and or supplement with exogenous ketones? Do they even work? Or should I not worry about it until I get back home? And am I going to feel absolutely awful while getting back on carbs? On that note, maybe I should reintroduce carbs before I go. Appreciate your guidance on the issue.
So maybe we'll start from the back and then work forward. Are you going to feel awful going back on carbs? I have no idea. Like it just depends person to person. I don't know. Like I go back and forth on this. Like on the one hand, I guess like a really a minimal tweak to what you're doing and still being able to enjoy all that you have to experience there. Try to make sure that you hit your protein minimum. Like that just seems to be so important for not overeating, whether we're on a low carb or a low fat diet. So by hook or by crook, just make sure that you get your protein in. If you're in Brazil, then eat all the fruit, but make sure that you're getting plenty of protein with the fruit. When you're eating your croissant, make sure that you don't forego the eggs and sausage and all that type of stuff. And a little bit of portion control. I mean, the challenge or the benefit of keto is that we're removing the carb-fat combo, and that's where it becomes challenging for people to maintain normal appetite control. Again, adequate protein is really going to help with that. But so
in Brazil, should she do like protein and fruit and skip any additional fat?
Yes.
And then in Paris, she could do protein and don't put butter on her French croissants and pastries.
Maybe a little bit, but yeah. Just don't go crazy on it.
I think there's a lot of butter in them already
when
I make them, but trying to minimize the fat if she's going to increase her carbs.
Yeah, to some degree. And then as to the exogenous ketones are great, but the point isn't necessarily to take a ketone supplement to paper over other dietary concerns unless we're really tackling that from like a neurodegenerative perspective or something like that. So I mean, I don't really see the exogenous ketones being a huge boon in this scenario. If you like them, some people do notice that they do get some appetite, regulation by dropping in a scoop of the exogenous ketones or like the MCTs. There's one study that suggests a carb-rich breakfast plus MCTs cause people to then, and also I've got to say they ate adequate protein in this too. So it wasn't just like carbs and MCT. It was a good whack of protein, some standard carb intake, but then adding MCT. And what they noticed over time was that these folks tended to eat fewer calories overall throughout the day. So, and Chris Masterjohn did a nice unpacking of this. And so that might work similarly with the exogenous ketones. We don't have a study on that yet. There is one reasonably well performed study that suggests that MCT powder or MCT oil does that. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, have fun, Luiza. That sounds like a really fun summer.
I wouldn't mind that. Yeah.